Going to be singing, so you're welcome. I want to talk to you tonight about a really great person. His name is Father Ed. If you don't know who he is, he's the reason whenever you walk into any Catholic Gators event, the first thing you immediately hear is, "Hey, have you been on Alpha yet? Hey, it's been a really great time. Who are your parents?" So basically, he started Alpha 50 years ago. It's really old, gray, but quick-witted as always. And so my father decided to get him an iPad one year for his birthday, because what else do you get a 70-year-old priest? So Father Ed has no idea how to use an iPad, and so my father invited him over to so that we could teach him how to use it. The only problem is, Father Ed lives in Orlando, so he drives a long way, and he wants to have lunch. So we go to eat at Crowell's. My father brings me and my sister along because my mom's gone, so I guess we have to go with him. And so I end up sitting next to Father Ed, and so waitress comes around and asks, "Hey, so what can I get y'all to drink?" And I want to, not raise up the price because we're at Carrabba's. So I asked, is there any way that I could get some water? Father Ed just looks at me like, "Is there any way you can get some water? What possible other answers are to the question besides yes?" What's the waiter just going to say? "Oh no, there's no way we can get water. The legend has it long time ago that they used to be able to get water for our customers. But the waitress left long ago, so we can't figure it out. It's something to do with the faucet and cup, but no one has been able to figure it out." So after we had a wonderful meal with Father Ed, I was tasked with directing him to our home, so I had to ride with him in his little Toyota Corolla from 15 years ago. Back to my house, and so we pulled up to the guest entrance, and we had to type in the code. So I said, "All right, the code is star 2020," and he turned to me and he's like, "There's no star on this keypad." I'm like, "Yes, there is. It's right there." He's like, "That's not a star. That's an asterisk. You millennials. You call things wrong. Next you're going to call that the pound sign like a hashtag or something weird like that." We finally get in, and I praise God that I finally make it to our house. I go to my room, close the door, and I'm like, "All right, no more Father Ed." Little did I know I was wrong. My father ended up having to go on and teach him how to use the iPad. But he had to take a call for some reason, I don't remember why. And he's like, "Don't worry, Jacob can come out and help you, teach you use the iPad." I'm like, "Oh, thank you, my wonderful father." So I come out to teach Father Ed how to use the iPad. And being the astute millennial, I'm like, "All right, is your iOS up to date?" He just looked at me with a blank stare. So I just took the iPad, went in, and I was like, "Oh, looks like it's out of date. I'll go ahead and update that for you." So first thing pops up, downloading. Okay, downloading. For Father Ed, he's like, "What does that mean, downloading?" And I'm like, "Well, it's downloading. You're getting the information from the cloud." He's like, "Cloud? The cumulus clouds? What clouds?" Father Ed, like data in the cloud. And then it went to installing. He's like, "Oh, great, another step. What does this installing mean?" I'm like, "I have no idea. You're getting it up. You're updating. Just trust me, Father." And then finally, the information is finished downloading, and I'm like, "All right, am I done? Am I done?" And Father Ed was like, "All right, I need you to download all the Catholic apps that there are. I'm like, all the Catholic apps? This was back a couple years ago, so I was kind of hoping that wasn't going to be that many. Typing Catholic into the App Store, well over 100 results. And he wanted them all. So I ended up having to download all of them, and by the time I finished, my father finally got back, and I was out of there as soon as I could be. So yeah, that's Father Ed for y'all. Thank y'all, and have a good night.